I'm always eating.
Okay, I think
We are.
live.
Yay!
Hi, everyone.
Hey.
Is the audio up?
Oh, fuck. Let me see. Can you guys hear us? Let me know in the chat if you can hear us.
Yeah, let me put the lights on above us. Dark. Okay.
Yeah.
And then hit the one right of that. Right.
They can hear us. Okay.
Bam.
Right.
There we go.
Do
We
we
can
want
actually-
the warm light? No, I don't like the warm light. Oh, but I got a little
Little
flare.
ray.
Yeah.
Sorry, this camera is not the best, I guess. Let me see.
Bailey, come on.
Well,
You wanna
what's
be
up,
in?
everyone?
Come here.
Hey, guys.
This is Mike. This is Mike's bus.
We are not Indiana's bus,
No,
unfortunately.
his bus
Oh.
is just better for
Couch mode.
yeah, like awesome. This is Noelle. Noelle
Hello.
lives in a van.
We met at Escapar a week ago.
Yeah, a week
This is
ago.
literally like a week.
And we've been together for a week. That's so wild. Oh, Bart, thank you.
My eyesight
Look at
is
that.
going.
Bart
see
already
anything.
taking care of you with some tacos.
Bart's
my
the
God.
best, y'all. Bart is like one of the greatest humans I've ever met. Enjoy some good old Mexican street tacos and be
Ugh.
sure to treat Honcho to some tasty treats. Honcho has been getting all the treats and all the fun times. He has had so much fun in the sand and on the beach. It's so great for him. And
Huggy
Maya,
Paradise.
yeah, Noelle has a dog, Maya, that plays really well with Honcho, and you have Bailey, but she just
Bailey doesn't play with anyone.
Bailey does her own thing. She's a loner.
Bailey, come here, baby.
She's too busy
Come
looking
here.
for tortillas.
Come say hi, Bailey.
Come say hi. Come here, baby.
Come say hi, Bailey.
Hey, we got another one.
This is Bailey.
Oh my gosh. the
All
cutest.
right, where are you guys at? Tell us where you guys are tuning in from.
And then we
Nice
have
of you
one
to
more.
join us.
One more of our caravan that has joined
Justin.
us.
Here, we can slide
Bailey,
in.
yeah, we can keep Bailey.
Bailey, come down.
You got
Justin.
replaced, Justin.
That's okay.
RV and Fam's here again. Yo, we went live on Instagram last night, and it was super fun, which prompted our live on YouTube today.
What do you got?
All right. South Carolina, Maine.
Where am I going?
Oh, I've got it right here, actually.
That's
Shasta
why I was
County,
like,
California.
My eyesight is really going.
I know, I got it right here, so you can see a little bit better. All right.
Oh, Shasta. Love that. I
Yeah.
love Shasta.
What's this say? Okay, wait. I'm going to scroll back up because I feel like I missed stuff. Okay, so today, if you guys have any questions, we're all nomads. So if you have any questions, you can put them in the chat or just say
We're all
what's up.
solo traveler nomads that happen to have found such an awesome community on the road. None of us knew each other a month ago.
No, like 2
What?
weeks ago.
Well, I'm going back from like Deanna.
Yeah, we
Okay,
Mike and I have known
alright,
each other for a
All
while.
Northeasters.
We've known each other for a full month, all right?
Yeah. All right, let's see. So someone said, how's our power electric been doing?
How's the generators look running in the back?
Mine's been good. There's been some days where it's like kind of overcast down here in Mexico.
It's been pretty overcast.
So solar doesn't work that well on those days, but I also have a DC to DC, so I can just charge it that way. Oh, Paul Sherman, thank you. A little something for the gas tank.
$10.
That's so nice.
Yeah, Paul.
Thank you.
Paul. Gas is more expensive here in Mexico.
Yeah,
so-
gas
I was
is
doing the
more
math.
expensive.
It's like
All-
very, very
Yeah.
comfortable.
Yeah. Oso says, how's the surf?
Justin.
Justin's the only surfer here,
I
so
wouldn't consider myself a surfer. I got destroyed for like 2 hours straight the other day. But from what everybody who actually does surf says, it's awesome here.
all right.
Thank
let's
you.
see.
Look, we got some people complimenting our energy, which we appreciate.
Yay.
Good.
Keep it
Um,
high vibes here.
Oh, Oso said beautiful dog. That they rescue dogs. That's super awesome.
We met some people that rescued a dog they found in the desert
a
here.
little puppy. It's like 4 weeks old. It's so hard not to save all the dogs from here. They're so cute.
It is heartbreaking.
Yeah.
What's in that bowl? We have a little question as to what's in
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry for eating, guys. I have some pumpkin mac and cheese.
Sorry for needing to survive.
It's the pre-dinner
really
dinner.
Starving.
I know, guys. I had to take care of myself. Okay.
Yeah.
Mac and cheese.
How is it with?
vegan.
Sorry, they're gonna lead, and I'm not gonna.
It's okay. I'm behind that a little bit. BW said, "Nice tans coming from NYC. How do I manage things without a toilet?" Yeah, I don't have a toilet in my rig, and honestly, it's never a problem. Like if I'm in cities, I can use the bathroom in public restrooms, or if I'm in the middle of nowhere, I can just go outside. But when I'm like the spot that we're at right now, there's not like hidden spots, and there's people kind of all around, so it makes it a little bit complicated. So buckets and bags.
Buckets and bags.
I'm just gonna leave it there. Buckets and bags are how I use the bathroom. Justin too. You don't have a toilet.
Yeah,
right?
I don't have a toilet.
And neither does
so
Noelle.
Yeah.
I'm usually just going in my garbage can if there's no other option.
Okay,
And then but there's a bag in the garbage can, and then I tie it off, and it becomes like a doggy bag, and I toss the dog.
okay, but they also make like really nice. They're called double duty bags. They're double lined bags, so they're like absolutely smell proof. They're a little expensive, but they're really good for like smaller vans like mine.
I'm a bougie bus lifer. I have a bathroom.
The toilet.
You got the
and
compost.
Yeah. All right. RV and fam said they're currently in Texas, but heading west for a few days.
Ooh.
Bolter Click, currently in Arizona. Gypsy Free Spirit, hello from Texas. Northern Cal, San Antonio.
Oh my God, everyone's all over.
I got
oh my gosh. Hi, everyone. All right, let's see. I'm going to scroll down a little because I feel like I'm really behind. What's in the bowl? How is it with dogs here? Honcho loves it. Honestly, there's so many dogs around to play with.
Just dogs everywhere.
And he loves the sand. He loves the water, so he loves to swim. How's Bailey like it?
I think Bailey's thriving and meeting so many people. I have a husky, so the warmer temperatures are a little bit more concerning for me, but I think she's good.
Yeah. Maya really likes being near the ocean, and I feel like I was a little concerned about like the street dogs, but we tend to be in areas that are more like the.skoolie dogs, camper dogs, and so they're a little bit more domesticated. But Maya's been making great friends.
Yeah. Bolter Click Production says, sheesh, can you find out what organization, if any, helps the dogs there? Would love to donate. I know Eamon and Beck, they're big on YouTube too. They're doing Cerritos. Cerritos? Is that the name? Cerritos Beach Dogs or something. They're starting like a shelter there. So I would hit them up. I know them.
We have our friends also volunteered at a shelter in Todos Santos. We can get that contact info for you.
Yeah, for sure. Bart, can't talk much. Found what I do best, driving. Just left Texas, headed to Florida. Bart, you make that drive from Texas to Florida so often. How many times have you done that? Because you're insane. Gypsy Free Spirit said, go right ahead and eat. It's okay to be real. All right, let's see. Have you gone to see whales yet?
Oh my God.
Okay, so I want to kind of do like a boat tour where I can go out and like touch the whales because I've seen a lot of people doing that, but I haven't yet. But the whales tonight were like jumping out of the water, and so Mike and I sent our drones out and we got some super sick footage. So we see whales every single day, which is super cool, but I haven't like been super close up to touch. But these two swam.
I was going to say, Justin and I were pretty close.
Yeah, they hopped in the water and swam with some, so
it was super cool.
Yeah.
Definitely recommend.
Yeah. Gypsy Free Spirit said, it's no different than those of us who walk dogs and pick up their poop in a bag, LOL.
Right.
Exactly. Alexis Fan 1, love your channel, D. Thank you. Robert Young, hello from Southeast Missouri. Keep on dreaming and never stop believing.
Oh,
Love
I just
that.
met a couple from Missouri last night. They stopped and gassed me up on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Super cool.
It's like they gave you compliments or they literally
Yeah.
gave you gas?
No, they gave
Oh,
me
that would be
compliments
nice.
and they wanted to take pictures of the van and they were like, keep following your dreams and all that
Oh,
good
love
stuff.
that.
It was so sweet.
Nice.
Yeah.
Love that.
Current Urban, are you tired of cup of noodles yet?
Good talk.
I actually don't eat cup of noodles. Do you guys eat cup of noodles like ramen?
No.
I do.
No game.
But I dress it up.
Negative game.
I dress it up. You gotta put all the vegetables and a little fried egg on top.
Yeah, I
Well,
mean, you
that's
can
awesome.
definitely class it up.
Sometimes you need that 25-cent meal.
Yeah. Paul Sherman, Honcho is the man. I agree.
Honcho is the man.
He is the man.
Yes.
Although he's been annoying me a little bit lately because there's wild donkeys around here, and every time they're around, he is freaked out. Like, he goes ballistic. He has no idea what they are. So, Jim Bandy, hello from South Carolina, hoping
There's like
to
multiple
a
donkeys out
bus
there.
soon. Hoping
There's
to
like
get
3
into
or
a bus
4.
soon. I think you should. Super awesome. Yeah, Toto Santos Dog Rescue is another one.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's see. Probably driven from Texas to Florida around 15 to 20 times in the past 12 months.
Wow.
Wild man.
Dude, and that's a
Beast.
boring ass drive.
Wild
Like, there's
man.
like nothing other than New Orleans. There's like nothing there.
Yeah. BW, how's your Spanish? You able to communicate? Oh, okay. My Spanish is terrible. I know hola and adios. Hola.
¿Dónde está
And I'm
el baño?
I'm on my like Duolingo almost every day, and I recognize stuff. But if somebody says it to me, I'm like, wait, what does that mean? I don't remember. But Noelle's good.
Am I good? I don't know.
I feel like
what's
you're
what's like
You're the
the
best out
what's
of
like
the
the
four of
most
us.
important thing you know how to say in Spanish?
Where's the bathroom?
Mine is quiero tacos.
Mine is
Pretty good one.
mine is. I don't even know if I say this right. Habla inglés.
Habla English.
Habla inglés. And if they say no, then I'm like, well, I don't speak Spanish. So
All right, Mike, what's yours?
What?
your
my
most
Spanish?
important
What's your-
line
The most important thing you know in
that you
Spanish.
can use in Spanish. Yeah.
Hablas inglés? I mean,
Okay.
it's. I
Habla
mean, it's.
inglés. There you go.
Yeah. I mean, I will try to speak Spanish and make an effort, but if I'm really having a trouble communicating, then
He just leaves. Okay, forget it.
Adios,
Like,
muchacho.
See you later.
body language always helps.
Yes.
Lots of hand.
Lots of
I'm
hand
Italian
movements.
anyway, so this is natural. We speak with our hands.
Google Translate, I'll type something and be like, look, does this work? Okay, Boulder Click Productions. Love whale watching. Have you seen dolphins too? Any other wildlife to speak on? When we were doing yoga, apparently there was dolphins, they said, but I didn't.
I don't know. Like maybe he just did that. I thought they were whales because
Okay.
you were seeing the
I wasn't looking, but
water come up. But who
apparently
knows?
people have seen dolphins. The donkeys, the wild cows.
Oh, roadrunners! I saw a jackrabbit today running.
Coyotes. When we were driving in, we saw coyotes on the side of the
Horses.
road. Horses.
Donkeys.
Lots of donkeys.
Lots of donkeys. Oso says, ooh, listen to this stat. The average American uses 150 gallons of water every day.
How? That's pathetic.
That's
I
terrible.
guess
Because everyone's showering
Is it
every day
the
and doing
showering?
dishes. I think
Or
showering
is that
and
also
dishes.
food? Because how much
Oh,
water it
yeah.
takes
Yeah,
to
but
put
still,
into the
that is
food
a
that we eat.
stupid amount.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't understand.
You'd
how
be
that statistic is
surprised.
true.
I mean, like, you guys have how many gallons? I use.
35.
And how long does that take you? To
I've
go
got
through?
A week maybe.
46, and I can
But
go
I'm not
3
showering
weeks
and
with
doing that.
being very minimal.
I get 6 gallons and I go a week.
Wow.
I'm not drinking enough water.
No,
apparently.
you're not.
Probably not.
All right.
But I'm also not washing my dishes.
Sorry.
Step in front of it.
Noelle, this one's for us. For the girlies, would you feel comfortable traveling to Mexico in a schoolie or van alone?
I'm experiencing that a little bit right now because some of our plans are shifting. So like last night I went to an ecological reserve by myself and I drove during the daylight and I knew where I was going and I felt really comfortable being alone. But then tonight I didn't really have somewhere to sleep and I didn't feel super comfortable being in like smaller rural towns. So I chose to come back to the caravan. So it's definitely a give and take. You really have to suss it out for what you're comfortable with.
Yeah. For me, I was really nervous about coming down here by myself, but now that I'm like here, what is so funny?
I just can't. with this
Now that
guy.
I'm down here, I would feel comfortable being alone. The only place that I really kind of felt nervous was Mexicali when we crossed the border. The
Agreed.
bigger town was
Yeah,
a little
that was
sketch.
funny.
Even I felt uncomfortable.
Yeah. So other than that, everywhere else I felt pretty safe.
Yeah,
So,
the beach towns are really nice.
Yeah.
The border towns and the bigger cities are a little harder.
yeah, and even like La Paz, like a bigger city, I didn't really feel too
Yeah.
terrible. Like I went running by myself and all that. So
A lot of those cities too, you still have like cell service. Like out in the mountains, I didn't have any cell service.
yeah. Don't know if you got questions before starting. Have any of you gotten your schoolie stuck in the beach sand? And what was the situation remedy? Not me, because I'm terrified. I look at everything before I pull in, so I haven't.
It's gotten stuck.
No, Mike has.
You did?
I didn't get stuck.
The first night, Mike got stuck
I
for
got it out
5
myself.
minutes. Yeah. You didn't need anything
I
to
didn't
get
need
out.
any help.
But Noelle,
I've been stuck twice, and they were pretty quick. I'm learning a lot about rocking, where you like go forward a little bit and go back a little bit and go forward a bit. But they all pushed me out. I was pretty stuck. They're so beast. They pushed me out.
We're such beasts.
Justin, this question's from you, from Not Lock Roll. Justin, how is being sober in the nomadic life? I'm sober also, or I am sober also.
Oh, what a great question.
That's a beautiful question.
Thank you for that question. Honestly, it's awesome. Like I belong to a 12-step fellowship, and so there are meetings everywhere throughout the country, which is really cool. It's like one of the cooler things about being clean, sober, and traveling is I get to kind of jump into different pockets of recovering addicts, alcoholics throughout the whole country. And so my network is huge now of people in recovery. And I don't know, I've done a lot of work on myself to address kind of why I used drugs. And now with 8 years clean and a lot of work under my belt and a really strong network, I get to live and enjoy life as other people do. So it just doesn't bother me that, like it really depends on you and where you're at with spiritually. Really, it completely depends on where you're at. On any given bad day, like maybe I'm not comfortable being around people that are drinking or what have you, but most of the time, and I can just remove myself. But it's honestly been a very positive thing, and me being very open about it, I've gotten to connect with other sober people, and it's been just a really cool thing. And it just turns out that I ended up meeting a bunch of people who take their health really seriously, and hardcore partying just isn't really a big part of their travel experience anyway, so it's been awesome.
Yeah.
Good question. Thank you.
Bart said, should probably explain to your friends that I make the drive for work, not fun. Yeah, it is for work, not pleasure. But
Not
Bart lives in
pleasurable.
his van and is able to work that way. Paul Sherman, what are your friends' channels?
Are any of us in?
I'm not on YouTube. I'm on
not on
I'm on
YouTube.
Instagram.
But what's your Instagram?
Sure. My Instagram is just_passing through.
Yeah, you want to type it in?
I was gonna say there's no G.
Yeah, and there's no
That tripped
G.
me
We
up.
can just type it in.
Type it in
I'll
there.
do it. I got it.
Okay.
I'm also not on YouTube. The video is not my thing, but I am on Instagram, and I'm a simpler perspective.
And I'm only on Instagram, Wanderingbusdude.
Yeah. Boom. There you go. Great
There you
question.
go. We just put all of our
Thanks, Paul.
socials.
Thanks, Paul.
Okay. That's awesome. Bolter Click Production said
You
that's
need
awesome.
half your weight in body water a
Good
day.
for your sober life, willpower. Yeah, you need half your
Noted.
body
Thank
weight
you,
in water.
especially in the sun. I'm gonna up it.
Yeah,
Thank
especially
you.
in Mexico in the sun. Oh my goodness. Okay. Do you boil your water in Mexico or just using bottled water for cooking and drinking? Is it the same filling up your water tanks at places in Mexico as in the US?
Good question. Does anybody want to take that?
I've just been using bottled or purified, but I haven't been washing my produce as much as I think they recommend.
Yeah.
At one point,
Yeah.
it was like, I'm either gonna gain resiliency from the water or I'm gonna get a little sick from the water. But we're here long enough that it wasn't a huge concern for me.
Yeah, I would say it's harder to fill up water here because you have to like go to places to fill up your water. Like, I don't know. I go to hotels sometimes and use their hose to fill up my water in the US, and like you just can't do that here. So I feel like it just takes more planning out to get water here. But like Noelle said, I wasn't really concerned, but I haven't been washing my produce probably as much as I should.
I haven't gotten
be-
felt sick though.
Yeah, I haven't felt sick at
not at
all.
all.
I've eaten like lettuce and stuff, and I know
Yeah.
they say like lettuce absorbs the water, but I've been fine.
Yeah.
Bulger Click Productions. It's crazy meeting new people, but humbling when you see how loving this community is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah. We always talk about the community is the best. Mexico isn't as scary as people think.
It's not.
I agree.
Agreed. That's been my
Agreed.
experience.
I agree. Well, I also feel like there are some parts
Totally.
that are
Oh, for
unsafe.
sure. Yeah.
But in general, like when I said I was going to Mexico, a lot of people like freaked out over that. It's definitely not.
A lot of people were like, "Why are you going to Mexico?" And then
Yeah.
I started posting pictures from the beach, and they're like, "Oh,
I've been going to Mexico for many years, not in my van, but just traveling throughout mainland as well. And I've always had very good feelings. It's really just like any city or rural area, you have to have kind of street smarts and not stick out so much. And Justin and I were talking the other day about integrating as a guest and not like having a tourist sign across your head. Like if you put in a little effort to kind of drop in with the culture, you don't stick out so much.
For sure.
Don't listen to all of the media and what they say.
Yeah.
They don't tell you all the good stuff and the good people.
Yeah. The people here are
They're so nice.
so nice.
don't listen to the media period." I
Yeah.
would encourage you to just turn your TV
Just
off.
listen to us. Like
How are the schoolies or vans, because we have 2 vans here, running on Pemex?
I actually heard that somebody's cylinder got clogged from dirty gas here in Todos Santos.
oh, 'cause
That's what
it's
he
MS.
said. I don't know. That's just what he said. He said he got gas somewhere and named the specific gas station and said that they think that it damaged one of their cylinders. So I don't know.
They do have Chevrons and Mobiles here. I mean, like we're near a bigger city, and I just filled up at a Chevron, so it might just be near Cabo, but they do have all
I think it would
different
be good
types of
to. I don't know if they have. I'm sure you can find fuel injector cleaner, but like in
Yeah.
the States, like fuel injector cleaner every now and then. That would have been good to think about before we got here.
I think they
Yeah.
offered me that at the Valvoline. I said no.
IDK, the girl on the left, what is she traveling in?
Hi, I'm traveling in a Chevy Express, so I can't stand up, but it's a really good adventure van.
But I love your build. It's so cool in there.
Thanks.
Super
It's
cozy.
Very
cozy.
cozy
Yeah.
cottage.
Yeah, for sure. Gypsy Free Spirit, good for you. You have a lot to offer. You're right. It's your own inner healing and being honest. What a great way to experience life. You attract what you put out. Congrats. Keep it up. I think that's a response to you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Someone else said, congrats, Justin. You don't know me, but I'm proud of you. Life is better with clarity of mind and body.
Yeah.
Agreed.
100%.
Very much
Yeah.
so. Thank
Yeah.
you.
I've learned about rocking too. For the schoolie, one time we needed a tow truck. It took a special tow. Not all tow services would do it. In deep mud, AAA couldn't help. Yikes. Yeah, honestly, my biggest fear is getting my bus like stuck. That no one can help. I hope to find a group like that as well when I hit the road. Welcome the other person that was sober too.
I think my biggest advice is that is just put yourself out there a lot. I think this culture, the community is very welcoming, and you just gotta put yourself out there as much as you can, because we're all solo travelers, and I think like this wouldn't happen unless we like made initiative in some capacity to at least meet friends on the road.
I also think on a even deeper level, you attract what you are. So I don't think it's by coincidence that we kind of found each other, honestly. I just like, that's been my experience through life, period, is that the more work I do on myself, the better my life is all around me.
Yeah.
And that includes the circumstances and the people that I meet and the experiences that I have. So
For sure.
I think being a solo traveler too, like my first year on the road, I wasn't interested in finding community, and so I was able to do that and just travel and see like my personal friends. And this year I'm seeking out more community, and as soon as you start looking for those places, they all pop up. Like going to Escapar and meeting so many people in one space doing the same thing, like you just immediately hit it off and find your group. So
Yeah.
both of them are valid in different times.
Let's see. BW, everyone hit that like button. Yeah, I would love that. Hit the like button.
Double likes.
A lot of produce in U.S. comes from Mexico. That's true, actually. Yeah. So in terms of like being worried about the produce, a lot of it does come from Mexico. Would you ever travel to Central America in a rig?
I want to.
I think
that's my
awesome.
long-term goal.
List
yeah.
right there.
That would be awesome. Hey guys, love the lifestyle. Can't wait to step into it myself. You should.
Don't step, just jump.
Just jump, just go.
I think to the note of the community and like Central America and things like that, we're not the first people that have done this.
Right.
Like I'm really learning that like you do not have to reinvent the wheel, and like doing your research and also trusting, like that combination of kind of seeing what people have done before you, like you kind of get a feel for where to go and what to do and how it's going to be.
Absolutely. Apple cider vinegar with water will wash your produce easily.
That's a good idea.
That's a good idea. I lived in Baja, best time of my life. Honestly, I don't know why I wouldn't come back here every year. Like this is amazing. I'm already planning next year.
I can officially say I winter in Mexico.
Yeah. Honestly, it's amazing.
California is still too cold.
New Jersey.
Yeah.
Woo!
Oh yeah. Eric Maggs from New Jersey, following you for a bit. Nice to catch a live, Deanna. Keep entertaining us.
Yeah.
Jersey
Thanks for joining. Yeah, Jersey. Does everyone want to say where they're from? So you want to say where you're from?
I'm from New Jersey originally. I'm fairly based in Southern California though right now, but from New Jersey.
I'm from North Jersey.
I believe in Central Jersey,
No,
so
that's
I'm
not a
from
thing.
Central Jersey.
North Jersey.
Yeah.
And I'm from outside of Philadelphia, so we're all kind of northeasters.
I'm Midwest, Michigan, but that's still on the northeast-ish side of the country. North.
Which is rare. I feel like it's at least on the East Coast, it's harder to find our community.
Yeah.
It's definitely a Western thing.
But whenever I'm in the West, I tend to always end up with people from the
East Coast.
Yeah.
Because we all want to get out of the cold.
That, and we're all we're like our own species.
Yeah.
Angie said, how much did you guys save to build out the van/bus?
Good question.
Good question.
Save compared to what?
Like in terms of like
how much did your van cost and how much did the build cost?
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe. Yeah.
Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, I don't know if that's what you're asking, but if everyone's
speak to
comfortable
that,
with sharing how much they spent on their build or in
How much
their
did you
rig and
save to
then your
build?
build basically.
Okay.
I don't know.
So I did a breakdown on my YouTube or no, my Instagram. My bus was $4,900. I put about $25,000 into the build. And I've spent about $8,000 on maintenance since then. So rounding up, I'm all in about $40K.
My van was 20 used with like 50,000 miles, and bought it during the pandemic, so we got a pretty good deal on it. And then we put 10,000 into it, so 30 total. And I started this with a girlfriend, so we split everything down the middle. That's how I was able to afford it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to afford that. So 30 total.
Okay. Mike?
Yeah, the bus that you're seeing on the live, I'm in about probably just shy of 40, maybe a little bit more with all the mechanical stuff and just getting it on the road. But yeah, the bus itself cost me about 12. Has low miles, 7.3 power stroke diesel motor, which was definitely something that
You can brag. You can brag.
my motor's known to go to like 500,000 to 600,000. So I was
What?
like, yeah.
I learned about that motor from Isaac.
It is like the OG,
That's
the motor to buy.
wild.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I was totally okay with putting the amount of money that I did into this bus, knowing that hopefully, God willing, I'll have it for a while.
Yeah. How about
Yeah.
you, Noelle?
I also spent a little bit more on the vehicle. I spent $24,000 for a 2018 used with 50,000 miles on it because my rationale was, if the car doesn't work, I don't have a house.
True.
So, and it was also during that weird like resale. They weren't like the chip factory broke, so there weren't new cars. So it was a little bit more. And then probably all in all, maybe 10 for the build, maybe a little less plus some maintenance. So about 30.
Nice.
Awesome.
Awesome. Also said, awesome live. Got to go take care of my rescues if y'all are ever in North Cal.
We'll
Pretty
definitely be
soon.
in North Cal. Yeah.
Definitely. Someone said, yes, Justin. I'm so behind y'all. Okay, so yes, surround yourself with like-minded people.
Wow,
It's
you
very
really are
important. How do you guys stay safe? From Angie. How do you stay safe?
Stay with tough guys.
Honcho keeps me safe. Yeah. What
Not
about myself?
Not
Honcho?
traveling at night.
Mhm. Using common sense, intuition.
Yeah.
I don't feel right. There's usually probably a reason. So
Don't be super flashy with your stuff. Like one of the first nights we were here, when you pay for gas, you pay after. And in the States, you give them your credit card first. And the gas attendant, this woman actually translated for me, like, be careful with your card. They do it after. So like, don't just hold your card out like that. And having a dog really helps. Someone tried to kind of sort of break into my van in a market the other day. I could see their hands on the window, and I'm pretty sure Maya barked and scared them.
Yeah.
I'm sure knowing like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu also it's definitely, I don't know it, but I'm sure.
You knew it. That's a good thing. Bolter Click Productions, the Bolter Bus said, we just started searching and seeking out meeting schoolie/travel people in person over the past few weeks. Once you make that initiative, you'll be surprised how welcoming everyone is. Be in the now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well said.
Yeah.
Viz Gaming said, do you ever experience racism? No, I haven't. And I feel like I'm lucky to say that. In the nomadic community, though, I feel like everyone that kind of gets in this lifestyle is very like open-minded and welcoming. And so I've never experienced that in the nomadic community. But like there have been times like with traveling that maybe I felt uncomfortable. Like I'm in a grocery store of a predominantly white town somewhere and everyone's like staring at me. And I realize because I kind of stand out. But in those situations, if I don't feel comfortable and unwelcomed or unsafe, I just kind of move on. So I don't put myself in situations that I could potentially experience that or feel unsafe. But in terms of like the nomadic community and meeting people on the road, never have. Everyone in the community is very awesome, I think, and open-minded, I would say. So what do your students think about your travels? How open are you with them on your channel and travels?
That's a good question. I'm curious
My
about that.
students love that I'm in a bus. Like they always ask me, Miss Walker, where are you? And I'll tell them, and like I'll say like when I'm in California, and they're like, oh, did you go to Hollywood? Because that's like the only thing that they know about there. And like so we talk about things and I show them on a map. Open with my channel. I don't share my channel with them. They know I have a YouTube. They've tried to like guess my YouTube channel. But I just feel like that's crossing. I've always been that way. I'll never share like my social media with my students at the time. It's not like I put anything like inappropriate on my channels, but I tell them like after I'm not your teacher, then maybe like I had some, fourth graders that I used to teach that wanted to follow my school bus TikTok page. And I let them after I wasn't their teacher and I moved away. And it's like a way to communicate with them. Still, they still message me and update me. But just like a line that I don't cross with like my social media and my students, but like I'm definitely open about my travels and my lifestyle because it's interesting to them. So Char Farmaid said, okay, I'm following all of you on IG, so keep making it interesting, guys.
No pressure.
Really keep it interesting.
Oh, Charles said, oh boy, stepping into the big time going live. Welcome to the fire. Yeah, I was actually so nervous to go live. And I've been trying to go live on YouTube for a long time, but I've put it off. But these guys are super awesome. They were down to go live and here for the support. So
This is my first live ever.
It's fun. I love talking to y'all. I feel like it makes it so much more like personable. So
You're like a real person.
yeah, a real person. Oh, someone said Dirty Jers Gang, Bergen County. Snowing right now in Shasta.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good old
right.
snowing.
Yeah. Charles said, haha, it doesn't matter how much you budget for your build. You will spend more than that. Plan on it unless you keep a side eye on your spending. Yeah. I thought it was going to be like 20K all in, and I blew that out of the water. So
It's also funny the things you spent like a lot on and then don't need, like it's always shifting, and I'm gonna do some renovations coming up on things I'm using and not using.
what's the length of each of your buses bumper to bumper?
27 feet.
Gosh,
I don't know that.
Mine is 25 because I have like my moped rack off the back. So without that, my bus is 23 feet on the inside.
Mine might be like 18 feet, I want to say.
I have no
Yours is-
fucking clue. I have no idea.
That's okay. What's everyone's jobs? So I'm a virtual special education teacher.
I work for a health and wellness startup.
In remote?
Half remote, half in person. And I do business development and marketing for them.
I am a photographer.
I am a film photographer, a nanny, and a wellness coach.
Nice. Kelsey said, hola. Hola. Alvin said, love seeing your videos on YouTube. How is the gas mileage for your buses? Great question. Mine's like 10 to 12 last time I checked it or actually monitored it. So yeah. What do you guys guess?
Mine's like 16.5. At least that's what it says the average is on the computer.
Oh yeah,
of
yours
the
is
van.
fancy.
It'll tell me what the average is. I don't know how accurate that is, but it's about 16.5.
When I was in LA, I was getting 10 on average, and
Yeah.
out here, I get like 16.
I get between 11 and 12, but I'm diesel, so that helps a little bit too. It's like Rowan.
Diesel.
Mo T Vlogs, you're still beautiful. Love Honcho. I love
Love
Honcho too.
Honcho.
So many people love Honcho. When I was at SkooliePalooza, it was so funny because people would come up to my bus and be like, "Oh, I'm here to meet Honcho," and then they're like, "Hi, nice to meet you too." But like, we came for Honcho. I'm like,
Okay.
Charles, relax, Deanna. They're just in awe of your beauty, and you're wearing that Michigan shirt. They might stare a little longer. Yeah. No hate on Michigan, okay? We love Michigan. Paul Sherman, just finished my build and I'm hitting the road at the end of the month as soon as my doctor clears me. Yay!
Love that.
So excited for your journey. That's so awesome. All right, let's see. Mo T Vlogs, Wolverine football disappointed me. I know. And I was at the game, the college football playoffs, guys. I went to the game. It was in Phoenix while I was in Phoenix.
Whoa.
And we should have beat TCU if we handled business, and we lost. And I was so sad because I was so ready to get in my bus and drive to LA for the national championship game, but that didn't happen. Yeah. Yeah. Angie said, do they have YouTube channels? No. You guys
Just
gotta
Not yet. Yeah.
You guys gotta get on YouTube.
Okay. You sold me.
No, but they all have Instagrams. I put it in the chat earlier, so if you scroll back, you can find them. Yeah. And Justin's a photographer also, and he's super dope, y'all. On his Instagram, you can see all his photos. He's really fire. Okay.
He's running a print sale right now. Y'all should go buy
Free
some
shipping on
prints.
all my prints right now on my website, justincrompeter.com.
Go check it out.
Maybe check it out.
No, definitely check it
Okay,
out.
definitely check it out.
They're so good. They're so good.
Thank you.
Okay.
You should put in the website real quick.
Yeah, what is it again?
I also sell prints.
JustinCrompeter.com.
But Justin
They're
has a
selling
sale
it.
right now.
You got it.
Yeah.
What are you, like a teacher or something?
Yeah, I'm a teacher. Phonetics. All right, I put the website in the chat, so go check out some of his prints. And how long's your print sale going for?
Yeah, it's really hard to say. Like maybe another few days.
So not long. Go check it out. Okay. My Skylar says rough to Honcho. Oh, Honcho has made so many friends. Charles said, I told you a long time ago, Honcho needs his own YouTube channel. He really
I
does.
say this about Maya all the time. Like, I'd make millions if Maya had a fan page.
He really does. Yeah. Yeah. Someone put on my YouTube the other day, I was like, I think people follow me for my journey. And someone was like, I saw one of your videos, but stayed for Honcho or something like that. I was like,
People say for me they came for the photography, stayed for the Seinfeld references.
Yeah, that's
like all the time.
Literally me.
love that. Okay, so I'm going to get Moti Vlog said, I'm going to get an Earth Roamer and give this nomad life a go.
Those
Do
things are
it.
beasts.
Hey, why
Totally
not?
Do it.
You
Those
will have
things
the
are
best
sick.
rig on the road.
Yeah. Every time I
Very
see
nice.
those, I'm like, they're so badass. That's
No
super cool.
person.
Oh yeah, true.
Oh,
I'm a teacher.
that's what y'all got quiet, and I was like, "Oh, sorry, did I make an oops?"
No, that's super cool.
No.
And you'll have no
She's
problem
a
on the
teacher.
beaches in Baja too. Okay. Newman said, I have a converted horse trailer to my house.
Wow, that's
Interesting.
fun.
That's unique.
Hope to be on the road in a couple of months. Yeah, that's unique. Some people, the cool thing about going to like these nomad meetups, I feel like,
yeah.
is just seeing everybody else's rigs.
And their
whether-
creativity.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
their
there's
creativity.
so many ways to do this. Like, always put your own unique flair on it. It's so cool.
Yeah, it's super cool. I love seeing everyone's interesting take on things.
Wow, someone just sent you 50.
That's my mom. Thanks,
Yay!
Mom.
That's so
Mom.
cute.
I know. I wanted
$50.
to tell my parents that I was going live. I was
That
like,
is
how do
so
I do
cute.
this?
$50. Hi from Mom, G, Kala, and Mojo. Thanks, guys, for being her
Oh,
tribe.
of course. We love
Our
Deanna.
pleasure.
Oh,
So
that's
nice.
so sweet. Thanks,
Do you make
Mom.
us cookies? We're in it for the long haul.
Yeah, making cookies.
She's stuck with us.
Okay.
We'll take good care of her. Don't worry.
Yeah,
They
good
have.
hands.
They have.
That's a- Never mind. Oh, Deanna need pasta.
Yeah, I do taking care of.
Yeah, I
it.
was gonna
she,
say, who's
she
in
makes me some wonderful meals. She does.
But that's okay. Honestly, without you, Mike, I wouldn't have met them
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
because
There we go.
Are you?
I-
Are you? Wait. Are
Fair
you,
trade-off.
wait.
Yeah.
Are you okay with her using you to get to me?
Yeah, exactly.
honestly though, I met Mike at SkooliePalooza, and we were messaging on Instagram before because I was talking about my like anxiety, and I've talked about on my channel like I'm very introverted in like settings with large groups until like I get comfortable. And I pulled up, saw Mike, and he said hello, and he hasn't gotten rid of me since. So we've just been caravanning, but it's worked out. And then he
Great.
introduced me to Justin, and then introduced me to Noelle. So it's super
It's a
awesome.
nice string.
Yeah. And now we're best friends forever, and we're never leaving each other, right, Noelle? You're staying down here forever with us.
Never ever.
She's not going back.
You're not going back. Okay. Angie said hey from Dominican Republic.
Hi.
Wow, very cool.
Hola.
That's amazing.
Never met you, but saw the video of that encounter with those cops. I literally felt like flying out there to turn up on them. Yeah, probably my mom did too. Yeah, that wasn't a fun situation at all, but I have taken that situation and moved on from it. It was very scary and traumatic, and it bothered me for a little bit after it, but it turned into something wonderful. And honestly, going to volunteer at the homeless women and children shelter was like an amazing experience, and just reminded me how much I love to like donate my time and give back, which has prompted me to also want to somehow, I've got to figure this out. I want to volunteer in schools down here and go do something in schools. I don't know if it's like volunteering or just like observing. Like I just want to grow in that area and do something since I'm spending a lot of time down here.
You can look into teaching English as a second language program sometime. I did that. I was living in Florence, Italy for a couple of months, and I would go to the schools every week and teach English. And like by teaching English, I mean just like hanging out with the kids and speaking English.
Yeah.
It was so sweet. It's so fun.
Yeah, I would love that. So if anyone has any leads or connections with how I could get in a school somewhere down here in Baja, I would love that. Okay, let's see. Oh, my aunt's on here. Emmy says hi, my little cousin. Hi, Emmy.
Hi, Emmy.
That's so cute.
It's almost
The
your
whole
bedtime,
fam.
probably. She's the cutest. Oh, Mom.
Do these get saved?
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
gonna
good.
post this after.
Wow.
RV and Fam said, do you guys usually only boondock or do you ever do hookups?
I only boondock, really. I don't think I've been in a situation where like I had to plug in or was even presented an opportunity to. Like I could have, I guess, but
I don't have any electric that I would need to hook up, but I have paid for some campsites. So if by boondock you mean just free camping, I'm probably like 80-20 or like 90-10.
What about you, Mike?
There's some awesome resources in regards to like harvest hosts, but aren't necessarily hookups that I think are worth maybe like buying into. So did some really unique, incredible places all through the U.S. through harvest hosts.
Is that just for schoolies or is that
No.
No.
I've never heard of
So
this
you
one.
could
it's
use,
like
like,
an
your
$80
car and-
membership for the year.
Oh.
And
But
you
it's
can-
at like wineries, like farms.
Like, very unique.
Very unique
Wow.
places.
I've heard of Workaway, but not
And you
this.
support, and the kicker is you support the local business by
I
either
love
buying
that.
like wine or like.
Yeah, they recommend to spend like $20
I love
there.
that.
It's cool.
Wow.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Sweet treats, count me in.
And the people there are so nice too. Like usually you meet like the owners, especially if it's like a family-owned farm or something, and they'll give you a tour and like yeah, it's a really awesome experience. For me, I hate paying for parking. Like I actually get upset
It's
when I have to
expensive.
pay
Yeah,
for
it'll add up.
parking.
It's a
The only
Easy.
times I really pay for parking is national parks, just because you can't camp there.
yeah.
Unless the park's small to where I can like drive in, but like Yellowstone
Oh,
was
no.
huge, so I
Yeah.
stayed there. And Banff, I stayed in a national park too. So I also don't have a way to do shore power either on my bus, so I can't really plug in either. Young God Slim said, "Hey, Nat from Nashville, Tennessee, you're lit. Thanks for popping in." Charles said, "You can all thank Deanna's mom just by walking up to her and hugging a tree on your next hike in the woods." Yes,
Oh, easy,
literally.
easy.
My mom. That's so funny. You remember that? I talked so much crap about my mom one time in a YouTube video, and I was like, "My mom would love this" or something. She would walk right up to this tree and just stand here and hug it. She's a tree hugger. She definitely is.
Me too.
Yeah, there you go. Melissa said, "You all look so sun-kissed." Yeah,
The sun, it hasn't rained here
hasn't rained
since
once.
like the second day we got here.
Oh,
It's
yeah, true.
Fritz
It did
today
drizzle.
in the mountains.
Which was like
but-
3 weeks ago. It is
Yeah.
sunny every day, pretty much.
Yeah,
No humidity. That's the
And-
best part.
And
Just the
even
way I
when
like
it's
it.
cloudy, the UV is much stronger. So like
Yeah.
if you come down here, like even in the overcast, be
wear your
careful.
sunscreen, kids.
Yeah.
Although I haven't put any on.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mom.
And
Mo T Vlog said, "Something you've all learned about yourselves being on the road and being nomads."
Whoa.
Wow.
great
Whoa.
question. Oh my god.
Who wants to go first?
Oh man, there's so many learning.
I know. I'm
lessons.
just like going through the whole Rolodex.
Something wrong. I think for me, it's that like I'm truly capable. Like you as a solo traveler, you really have to learn how to be your own best friend. Not only like with things to do, but even emotionally as well. Like you really have to you really have to find the joy in the solitude. And I think when you're alone, that makes room for a lot of growth. And I think you're going to be tested on the road. There's going to be so many challenges that present themselves. and you're just going to have to rely on yourself. And so that's created a lot of like resilience and courage and, you know, bravery. And so I've grown. I think that's the biggest thing. That's why I am so thankful of the experience. It's just because I've grown so much. And it just goes back to like, wow, like I'm really capable of doing some extraordinary things. And I'm really grateful for that. And Bus Life has been a huge vessel for that.
I would agree. I don't know about anybody else in this room, but I started van life with a girlfriend. I was not solo. So when we split up and I continued on, there was a lot of fear because I only knew van life with a partner. And so there was a lot of fear and uncertainty about now doing it without that person or any person. But through that, I have also learned to really value my alone time and just kind of what Mike said, like that I am capable. And I think like on a separate note, I have what?
I just got a guy talking to
I know, I'm gonna
Okay.
put them in time.
That's
You said we don't care. Okay.
okay. So, and then the other thing that I know about myself or that I've learned is that like I am really good at like connecting with people. I don't know how or why or I've made so many friends. It's become almost like a skill to me, and like people have pointed that out. That like you're really and that's just like so I didn't even think that was anything. So aside from all that sort of stuff, that is something I noticed about myself. Like almost anywhere I go, I end up making friends, and when I'm lucky, they become lifelong friends or just really important people in my life, maybe for just that season or whatever. But that's been really cool, is making friends, and that's become a skill that I've learned about myself.
For me, probably what Mike said, like how capable I am. I mean, and it's not even just like being on the road. Like my build process taught me a lot about myself too. There was a lot of mental breakdowns, a lot of happy days, sad days. And I started this journey because I was in a bad breakup that really kind of had me at my lowest point. I'm going to do a video on that soon, but this journey has been like more just for me and like building myself back up, my self-confidence, self-esteem in myself, just realizing, like Mike said, how capable I am and all the things that I'm able to do. Like 2 years ago, I would have never thought I could like fix my electrical system if it broke, much less put it together. But so like, yeah, I've just learned a lot of skills and confidence in myself.
Yeah, or the build process and like just period before even getting on the road. Like the last thing I built my van myself with the help of my ex-girlfriend and lots of other people, but probably about 85% of the build was myself. And the last time I ever built something was like in 6th grade making skateboard ramps. So when like I told people I was going to build a home in this vehicle, my friends that are even in the trades were like, so you're going to do this yourself? And I was like, yeah, I don't know, I'll figure it out. And I just spent like hundreds of hours on YouTube. So even the learning that like I could build something that turned out pretty nice, I have to say, you know? So that was really cool too. What about you, Noelle?
I definitely agree with everything everyone has said. And I think for me, living this life has really been a testament that like I can make my dreams a reality. I think I've accomplished a lot of things in my life, but a lot of them were more externally motivated. Like it was someone else's dream for me that I went along with. And the van was the first one that like start to finish, regardless of the support that I had from other people or the doubts that other people had, like I wanted to live this life and I made this life happen. And I'm so proud of this life. And it's really helped kickstart other dreams that I had that felt really scary or daunting and or more long-term, like from start to fruition. It was probably like 5 years from when I thought about wanting a van to like actually building the van. So just kind of that patience and drive to really bring something to reality, I think is going to help me a lot in life.
Yeah. Awesome. Melissa said, I do not follow everyone, but would love to know how everyone began this journey. What was the drive? I'm going to sit out on this question because I am doing a YouTube video on that soon. So you'll have to
Stay
come back
tuned.
to my channel to hear my drive in that. But I will pass it off to everybody else. Mike, this is like your question. What's your why? Why did you do it?
Oh my god. Wait,
Mike
that was
loves
short and
asking
sweet, short and
people,
sweet.
what's your why? Yeah, short and sweet, what's your why?
This is where I felt most alive. It's on the side of my bus. Chase what makes you feel alive. And this is just where I felt like I was at my best self, peak happiness. It's taught me so much. I mean, that's really what it is. It comes down to I am just a happier version and a better version of me through this lifestyle. And yeah.
What's your why?
God, that's a whole.
I know. I mean,
You gotta
simplify.
Where did it
simplify.
start? How'd you get
seconds.
into it? These are also different. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, the short answer is that I didn't get clean off drugs and alcohol to live what I would consider not average, but a life that is not aligned with me. Geez, how do I really condense this? I was sick and tired of watching other people live my dreams, essentially.
There you go.
And I didn't get clean to watch other people live my dreams. Getting clean made me realize that almost anything is possible. And I'm a landscape photographer, and so living in a van was the most practical way to be at various photo locations that I want to
The
shoot
right
at.
times.
Yeah.
What was your why?
Oh god, now I'm gonna go blank. I had been traveling a lot prior to being in the van, and eventually I just realized that I was working a lot to spend a lot of money living in an apartment in LA and San Diego, and just to hold all of my stuff while I was away. And so I figured, why not downsize all my stuff and put it in a little home that I can bring with me, because I also love nesting. And I just love experiencing different cultures because it allows me to know that the way in which I was told to live is not the only way to live. So like when I can experience different communities and places, I can expand my potentials of living possibilities, and then I get to choose for myself what I want to do.
Love that.
Before we move on, because I keep seeing people saying, "What is everybody's socials?" Is there a way to edit?
I'm gonna do it
the
after.
live?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Maddie said, "Hey from Florida." Maddie, Celia, and Charlie. These are my little cousins. Hi guys.
Hello.
Hello. Keep up the good work. Greetings from Cincinnati, Ohio. Nice to meet you. Bolter Click Productions, Bolter Bus said, yes, preach. Alone time and growing trust in others without a comfort blanket is a glorious transformation when you immerse yourself into it. Glad you learn new things about yourself. For sure.
So much there.
Charles said, relish in that hot, sunny weather because it's not going to be pleasant in the Pacific Northwest or the Midwest this week. I think half the schools in Michigan are closed Wednesday, Thursday already.
Wow.
Yeah, I was just talking to my mom. Y'all are getting like an ice storm down there, and flights are getting canceled and everything. Yeah, as we're on the beach. Yeah.
Tan.
Said something to my
Tanning
dad
today.
about it being cold. He's like, it's gonna be 3 to 16.
My cousin said, what is something you guys don't miss or are glad you don't have to do in bus life? What is something you don't miss and glad you don't have to do? Pay bills. Pay rent.
I still gotta pay bills.
Okay, pay rent.
How do I get on that?
Pay rent. That's mine.
Yeah. That's a good one. I mean, I think
That's a good
not
one.
paying rent. I mean, what's cool about the bus or this lifestyle, it can be a large upfront investment, but also there's some financial strategy with it. With rent, you're not buying into any equity, and once you have your home, that gives you a lot of freedom to be like, hey, you want to go here for.
That's what I was gonna say.
And not being tied down to like a contractual agreement, I think is incredibly freeing.
Yeah.
Like if it's raining or it's just not
Yeah,
good weather,
you
it's
just
just like,
leave.
okay, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Go somewhere else now.
This is
Yeah,
one of the-
that too. Like being in Michigan when it's like snowing in the winter, like I don't miss doing that. Like if I'm somewhere where there was snow, like I just like
You're
that
out.
happened to me when I was in Montana and I just drove to Utah. Like I was like, I'm getting out of here. So
This
yeah.
is kind of a backwards way to answer it, but I love having all of my stuff with me when I'm traveling. Like, if I need a sweatshirt, I got a sweatshirt. If I need a Band-Aid, I have a Band-Aid. If I need cooking or a snack, like, I have a snack. Like, you know, you just always have all of your stuff with you all the time.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Super cool. All right, we've been on here for like an hour,
Yeah,
so
I'm
like
hungry.
5 more minutes because we all have to eat dinner. So any last minute questions? I'll kind of speed through
rapid
some of
fire.
this. Do you guys feel like you have some intrinsic similarities in your personality because you choose to live
Yeah.
this very particular lifestyle? I think you have to be
Oh, yeah.
super independent from the get-go.
I
don't know
would
from the
disagree with
get-go.
that. You
Yeah.
don't have to. I mean,
You
my
can-
independence has grown a lot in this way, but I definitely wasn't comfortable with being alone at the beginning as much as I am now. But I also have said that in regards to like our friendship. I think we all have such a similar foundation of how we're living, and so there's so much commonality amongst that, and that's already like, and I think that's what's super cool when you meet other van lifers, when you meet other nomads. There are already so many parallels
We
to
have
like
so
the
much in
foundation
common.
of how we're living that like you immediately have like a quick bond, because I think we're all kind of cut from the same cloth in
Yeah.
a way.
For
Like,
sure.
you're all living in your authenticity, which I want in my friendships, and you're all, like, way flexible. Like, you have to be flexible living this lifestyle, so, like, it's easy to, like, go with the flow with everyone.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Alvin said, love your channel. Big ups from Hawaii to Washington. Where's Honcho? Honcho's in my bus over there. He's a little wild. But thank you for following my journey in this channel. I really appreciate it. Let's see. I'm going to scroll down. Charles said, if you're leaving the live up, please list each person's name and social from left to right. Yes, I will do that. As soon as this live's done, I'll post it to my channel and put them in the bio.
Thanks, everyone.
Michael Parker, anyone got speeding tickets? My bus doesn't go fast enough to get a speeding ticket, so no.
Parking tickets. I've gotten parking tickets. I'm probably going through red lights because it's hard to slow down really fast. So you either need to like go through it and commit, or everything goes flying.
Yeah. Mary Holland said, why is it most nomads found themselves through a breakup? Yeah, honestly.
Big life changes.
Yeah. All right. Melissa said, what would you say is the ideal minimum budget to get started? Do you need to have a CDL for your buses? No,
It's a
you
CDL.
don't. Commercial driver license. No, you don't. You don't need that. Minimum budget to get started, like to build or to be on the road. That just depends on your personal preference of like what is important to you and your rig. But my biggest advice before someone gets on the road is to have some money saved up because mechanical issues or things
Totally
will
come up.
arise. Like
Yeah.
my first 2 months, I spent like $6,000 in mechanical issues. So having like a little cushion would be advised, I would say. Okay, let's see.
It's cutting out.
It is.
What?
I don't know. Someone's saying you're glitching.
Oh,
It's cutting out. I don't know.
you're glitching.
We're hitting the 1 hour and they
Oh
cut off
no.
the
You're getting the glitching.
gigs.
All right, my cousin has to go to bed. Emerson, good night. Audio's
night.
messed up. Hello from Indonesia.
Hi.
All right, well, I think that's a good stopping point since we're cutting out.
Thanks,
so
everyone.
We're gonna go eat dinner.
Love you guys.
Love you.
Bye.
Thanks for joining. Oh, we're
Thanks.
fine now. Well, it's time to eat dinner anyways.
Fam
But
dinner
go
tonight.
over to Mike's channel
Yeah.
where you can watch us eat dinner.
Yeah. So thanks
Don't
guys
mind
for
that you did that last
joining.
night.
Oh, I just
The
ate.
candlelight
Yeah,
dinner.
we went
Oh,
live.
my.
Candlelight.
I hope to go live more often because this was fun. So maybe I'll make this like a bi-weekly thing eventually. But yeah, thanks everyone for hanging out with us.
Yeah, could we do a screenshot of this?
Yes, we will. It'll be super fun. Yeah, wait, we're gonna take
How
a
do we do a
picture really
screenshot?
fast. I'm just gonna take one here. Everyone smile. First live, we have to document it. All right, friends. Thanks for joining.
Thanks for the awesome questions.
Bye.
I will
Thank you.
post all of their socials in the bio after I
Yay.
post this on my channel.
Wanderingbusdude.
Just passing
Yes,
through.
Charles said, don't forget to hit that live or that like button of the live. That would be great. But yeah, last moment to say your social so they can hear it.
Wanderingbusdude on Instagram. WA. A lot of people do WO for some reason.
Just
Wondering.
just passing through, just underscore passing, no G through.
A simpler perspective.
Beautiful.
Peace and love.
Awesome. Bye, guys.
It's like,